My sister stole my boyfriend. My family celebrated. So I walked away, straight into the life of the one man they never expected, his father. Ji-hoon Choi, Korean mafia boss, powerful, dangerous, and the only person who ever saw me as more than the sister who wasn't enough. What started as a professional connection became the thing that saved me. His respect rebuilt what my family destroyed. His presence reminded me I was worth something. But when a photo of us went viral, the internet called me a gold digger. My sister screamed I was immoral. My family staged an intervention to shame me back into silence. They wanted me to apologize, to shrink, to disappear. Instead, I stood my ground. And Ji-hoon Choi, the most feared man in Seoul, walked into my family's home and demanded they treat me with the respect they'd never shown. Meanwhile, my sister's perfect stolen relationship? It imploded in the most public, humiliating way possible. Karma didn't need my help. It came for them all on its own. This is the story of how betrayal broke me, how I rebuilt myself, and how the man everyone feared became the only one who believed I was worth defending. My name is Cheryl Bunnell, and this is how everything destroyed, and how I became whole again. Before we continue, if you want to know how one woman turned family betrayal into personal triumph, how a sister's wedding became a karma explosion, and why a Korean mafia boss became her most unexpected ally, smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, because this story of sisterhood, betrayal, and rebirth will leave you shook. Cheryl Bunnell had always been the responsible sister, the one who helped with bills, the one who remembered birthdays, the one who showed up, worked hard, stayed humble, and never asked for too much. Tammy was the golden child, beautiful, charming, the one their mother bragged about at church, the one who could do no wrong even when she did everything wrong. Cheryl had made peace with it, or so she thought. Then she met Ji-hoon Choi at an art gallery opening. He was handsome, attentive, from a wealthy Korean family. They dated for 10 months. Dinners, museum visits, lazy Sunday mornings. Nothing explosive, but comfortable, safe. She'd even started imagining a future. Maybe not marriage yet, but something solid. Something real. Then Tammy came to visit Seoul. Cheryl should have known, should have seen the way Tammy's eyes lingered too long on Ji-hoon, the way she laughed too loud at his jokes, the way she touched his arm at family brunch while Cheryl was getting drinks. But Cheryl trusted her sister, trusted her boyfriend. She was wrong about both. The breakup came 3 weeks after Tammy's visit. Ji-hoon was distant, distracted, then cold. "I don't think this is working," he said over coffee, like he was discussing the weather. "What? Why? What changed?" I don't feel the connection anymore." "Ji-hoon, talk to me. We can work through whatever." "There's nothing to work through. It's over." Just like that. 10 months. Done. Cheryl spent 2 weeks crying, avoiding mutual friends, throwing herself into her artwork. Keisha brought wine and tissues and rage on her behalf. "He's trash," Keisha declared. "Absolute garbage. You deserve better." "I know. I thought we had something real." "You did. He didn't." "That's on him, not you." Cheryl tried to believe it, tried to move forward. Then came the Instagram post. Tammy's feed. A photo that made Cheryl's blood freeze. Tammy and Ji-hoon, holding hands, kissing. Caption, When you know, you know. Blessed heart, love of my life. Cheryl stared at her phone, unable to breathe. Her sister, her boyfriend, together. She scrolled through the comments. Their mother had commented, "So beautiful, so happy for you both." Friends congratulating them. No one mentioning that 3 weeks ago, Yi-jun had been with Cheryl. Her hands shook as she called Tammy. "Hey, did you see my post?" Tammy's voice was bright, cheerful, oblivious. "What the hell, Tammy? What? You're dating Yi-jun? My Yi-jun? Oh, Cher, come on. He broke up with you. He's not yours anymore. 3 weeks ago. And now he's with my sister? What can I say? We connected. It just happened." "It doesn't just happen. You deliberately—" "Cheryl, you don't own him. He made a choice. I'm sorry you're hurt, but you need to accept that he chose me." The casualness, the complete lack of remorse. It shattered something in Cheryl's chest. How could you do this? Do what? Fall in love? Cheryl, I know you're upset, but you need to be happy for me. Family is supposed to support each other. Family doesn't steal each other's boyfriends. I didn't steal anything. He left you. Then he found me. Those are two separate things. Cheryl hung up before she said something unforgivable. She called her mother next. "Mom, did you know about Tammy and Yi-jun?" "Oh, sweetie, yes. Isn't it wonderful? They're so perfect together." "Mom, he was my boyfriend 3 weeks ago." "Well, yes, but these things happen. You need to be mature about this." "Mature? Mom, she betrayed me." "Don't be dramatic. Tammy didn't do anything wrong. They fell in love. You should be happy for your sister." "Are you serious right now? Cheryl, I understand you're hurt, but holding on to bitterness won't help. Let it go. Support your sister." Cheryl hung up on her mother too. She sat in her apartment, surrounded by her art supplies, and realized the truth. Her family would always choose Tammy. Always. No matter what. She was completely alone. Cheryl stopped answering calls from her family. Tammy texted, "You're being childish." Her mother texted, "Your father and I are disappointed in your behavior." Even Yi-jun had the audacity to text, "I hope we can all be mature about this." Cheryl blocked them all. Keisha was her only lifeline. "You need to get out of this apartment. Come to my gallery opening tomorrow. You don't have to talk to anyone. Just be around people who aren't trash." "I don't know. Girl, I'm not asking. I'm telling. 7 p.m. Wear something that makes you feel powerful. We're reminding you that you're brilliant." So Cheryl went. Black dress, red lips, armor on. The gallery was packed. Artists, collectors, Seoul's creative elite. Cheryl moved through the crowd, feeling simultaneously invisible and exposed. Then someone spoke behind her. The use of shadow in this piece is remarkable. Most digital artists avoid darkness. This one embraces it. Cheryl turned. An older Korean man stood studying her work, because Keisha had included 2 of Cheryl's pieces without telling her. "You understand digital art?" Cheryl asked. "I understand art that says something true. This says something true." He was distinguished, early 50s, expensive suit, presence that commanded attention without demanding it. "I'm Cheryl. I created that piece. Ji-hoon Choi." He extended his hand. "You're exceptionally talented." The name registered. Choi, Yi-jun's last name. "Are you related to Yi-jun Choi?" "My son. Do you know him?" Cheryl's stomach dropped. Of course. Of course this was Yi-jun's father. "We used to date." Ji-hoon's expression shifted. Recognition, understanding, and something that looked like disappointment. "Ah, I apologize. My son's judgment in relationships has been questionable." "That's diplomatic. I've learned to be diplomatic about his failures." Ji-hoon looked back at the art. "This piece was created during pain, wasn't it?" How did he know? Yes. The best art usually is. Pain that isn't processed becomes poison. Pain that's transformed becomes power. He pulled out a business card. "The Choi Foundation is hosting a gala next month. We need a digital artist to create installations for the event. I'd like to hire you." "I don't think that's appropriate." "Because of my son? Ms. Bonnell, he no longer factors into my decisions. Your talent does. If you're interested, contact my office." He walked away, leaving Cheryl holding the card. The Choi Foundation. This could be the career break she'd been waiting for, but working for Yi-jun's father. "After everything? Take the job," Keisha said, appearing at her elbow. "You were eavesdropping?" "Absolutely. And you need to take that job. 1, it's an incredible opportunity. 2, it'll drive Yi-jun insane. 3, his dad seems like he actually respects you, which is more than your actual family does." "It feels weird, Cheryl. You've spent your whole life making yourself small to make other people comfortable. Take up space. Do something that's just for you." So she did. Working with the Choi Foundation was unlike anything Cheryl had experienced. Ji-hoon gave her creative freedom, substantial budget, and most surprisingly, genuine respect. He attended planning meetings, asked intelligent questions, and actually listened to her answers. "You're treating me like an expert," Cheryl said during one meeting. "Because you are. I hire experts and trust their expertise. It's a revolutionary concept, I know." She laughed, actually laughed, first time in weeks. As the project progressed, their meetings extended beyond work. Coffee discussions about art philosophy, dinners debating Korean traditional aesthetics versus digital innovation. "You're different from what I expected," Cheryl admitted one evening. "What did you expect?" "Honestly, cold, distant, the kind of powerful businessman who treats people like assets." "I am that person, in business, but art requires humanity, and you've reminded me I still have some of that left." "Why did you really hire me?" Ji-hoon was quiet for a moment. "Because my son destroyed something valuable. I wanted to show you that you weren't the problem. He was." The sincerity of it made Cheryl's throat tight. "Your family," Ji-hoon continued. "Have you reconciled?" "No. They think I'm being dramatic, that I should just be happy for my sister." "They're wrong. What happened to you was betrayal, from multiple people who should have protected you." "You're the only person who said that." "Then everyone else is a coward." Cheryl felt something crack open in her chest, validation she didn't know she'd been desperately needing. Over the next month, something shifted. What started as professional collaboration became genuine friendship. Ji-hoon was easy to talk to, intelligent, thoughtful, surprisingly funny when he wanted to be. He asked about her art, her life, her dreams, actually listened, actually cared. "Why aren't you married?" Cheryl asked one evening, emboldened by wine. "I was. She died 8 years ago." "I'm sorry." "Don't be. We had 20 good years. When she passed, I threw myself into work, built the foundation in her memory, raised Yi-jun alone." He smiled sadly. "Though raised might be generous. I gave him everything except discipline. That's why he turned out the way he did. You can't blame yourself for his choices, can't I? I taught him the world would bend to his desires. Then, I'm surprised when he acts entitled." Ji-hoon looked at her. "You deserved better than my son. I hope you know that." "I'm starting to." They were getting closer. Cheryl knew it, felt it, and it terrified her, because Ji-hoon Choi was the opposite of everything she'd expected. He was kind where Yi-jun had been careless, thoughtful where her family was dismissive, present where everyone else was absent, and she was falling for him. The gala was a massive success. Cheryl's digital installations transformed the event space, interactive pieces responding to movement, light, and sound. The crowd was entranced. Ji-hoon gave a speech crediting her genius. "Ms. Bonnell has reminded us that art isn't just decoration, it's transformation. She's transformed this space, and she's reminded me what it means to create something meaningful." The applause was thunderous. Afterward, at the private reception, Ji-hoon found her on the terrace. "You did something extraordinary tonight." "We did. You gave me the platform. You earned the platform. Don't diminish your achievement." They stood close, the city glittering below them, and Cheryl felt the air change. "Ji-hoon, I know. I feel it too. This is complicated. Impossibly so. People will talk. People always talk. Your son doesn't factor into this. This is about you and me. Nothing else." He kissed her, gentle, careful, full of promise and danger in equal measure. When they broke apart, Cheryl whispered, "This is going to explode." "I know, but I'm tired of living safely. Aren't you?" "Yes." The photo hit social media the next morning. Someone had captured them on the terrace. The kiss, the intimacy, everything. Within hours, it went viral. Korean mafia boss dating son's ex-girlfriend. Black American artist, gold digging through family. Breaking, Ji-hoon Choi's scandalous relationship exposed. Cheryl's phone exploded. Texts, calls, DMs full of hate. Tammy posted, "Some sisters have no limits, praying for peace." Her mother called furious. "What have you done? Dating Yi-jun's father? Are you trying to humiliate this family?" "Mom, I'm not trying to humiliate anyone. This is disgusting, immoral. What will people think? That I finally found someone who treats me with respect? You're making a spectacle. Your sister is mortified. Tammy stole my boyfriend and you celebrated. I find happiness and you shame me? How does that make sense? This is different. That's his father, who I met after Yi-jun and I broke up, who I work with professionally, who treats me better than anyone in my family ever has. You need to end this immediately." "No. Cheryl, I said no. I'm done making myself small for your comfort. I'm done apologizing for existing, and I'm done with this conversation." She hung up, blocked her mother's number, and felt free for the first time in her life. Ji-hoon's response to the scandal was swift and brutal. He issued a formal statement. "Ms. Cheryl Bonnell is a brilliant artist and professional colleague who I hold in the highest regard. Any attempts to diminish her character or career will be met with legal action. Our personal relationship is no one's business but ours. This matter is closed." The media backed off immediately, because when Ji-hoon Choi said something was closed, it was closed. But Cheryl's family wouldn't let it go. Her father texted, "Your mother wants to meet, family only. Please come." Cheryl knew it was a trap, but she went anyway. The family meeting was an ambush. Her parents, Tammy, Yi-jun, all sitting in her parents' living room like an intervention. "Glad you could join us," her mother said coldly. "What is this? We're concerned about you, your choices. This relationship with Mr. Choi. My relationship is none of your business. It's our business when it humiliates this family, Tammy snapped. Do you know what people are saying? Do you know what people said when you stole my boyfriend? Nothing. Because Mom made sure everyone knew how blessed you were. I didn't steal. Yes, you did. You deliberately pursued him while he was with me. And now you're upset that I found someone who actually values me. This isn't about value, her mother interrupted. It's about morality. Dating your ex's father is inappropriate. Why, because you decided it is? Because it makes you uncomfortable? Because it's wrong. What's wrong is how this family has treated me my entire life. I'm the responsible one, the stable one, the one who's always there. And you've never appreciated it, never valued it. You threw me away the second Tammy decided she wanted something I had. That's not fair. It's completely fair. Cheryl was shaking now. Tammy stole my boyfriend. You celebrated. I find happiness with someone who respects me. You shame me. How is that fair? Mr. Choi is using you, Ijun said quietly. Cheryl turned to him. Excuse me? He's using you to get back at me for leaving you. This isn't real. You arrogant… Cheryl stopped, took a breath. Ijun, you broke up with me, ghosted me, then started dating my sister. You don't get to have an opinion on who I date now. He's my father, whom I met professionally, whom I work with, who has shown me more kindness in 2 months than you did in 10. So no, you don't get to tell me this isn't real, because it's more real than anything I had with you. Cheryl, please, her father said, we just want what's best for you. No, you want what's comfortable for you. What makes Tammy happy? What doesn't rock the boat? Cheryl stood. I'm done. I'm done trying to earn love from people who will never give it. I'm done apologizing for existing. And I'm done with this family. If you walk out that door, her mother said, voice shaking, don't bother coming back. Cheryl looked at her mother, the woman who was supposed to protect her, support her, love her, and felt nothing but peace. Goodbye, Mom. She walked out. Behind her, Tammy started crying. Her mother shouted. Her father pleaded. But Cheryl kept walking. Because sometimes the only way to save yourself is to leave. What happens when the person you least expect becomes your greatest defender? Keep watching because Ji-hoon Choi is about to remind everyone exactly who they're dealing with. Ji-hoon found out about the ambush within hours. He showed up at Cheryl's apartment unannounced, face tight with rage. Tell me everything. So she did. Every word, every accusation, every moment of humiliation. When she finished, Ji-hoon was silent for a long moment. They threatened to disown you? Yes. And you walked away? What choice did I have? You had the choice to let me handle it. Ji-hoon, I appreciate… No, listen to me. What your family did to you is abuse. Emotional abuse, manipulation, scapegoating, and I won't let it stand. What are you going to do? Pay them a visit? That's not necessary. It's absolutely necessary, because they need to understand that you're not alone anymore, that you're protected. That if they want to come for you, they go through me first. Cheryl felt tears prickling. Why? Why do you care this much? Because you deserve someone who fights for you. Because I've watched you be diminished and dismissed. And disrespected. And because… He cupped her face gently. Because I love you. completely, irrevocably, and I will not let anyone hurt you. Not my son, not your family, no one. Ji-hoon, I know it's fast. I know it's complicated, but I've lived 52 years, Cheryl. I know what matters, and you matter, more than anything. She kissed him then, not gentle, desperate, grateful, real. I love you too, even though it's insane, even though it shouldn't work. I love you. Then let me protect you, please, okay? 2 days later, Ji-hoon Choi arrived at the Bonnell residence. He came alone, dressed in an impeccable suit, calm, controlled, absolutely terrifying. Eleanor Bonnell opened the door, recognized him, and went pale. Mr. Choi, Mrs. Bonnell, we need to talk. I don't think I wasn't asking. He walked past her into the living room where Raymond, Tammy, and Yijun sat frozen. Good. Everyone's here. This will save time. Ji-hoon remained standing. I'm going to say this once. Listen carefully. Your treatment of Cheryl ends today. Immediately. Permanently. Mr. Choi, with all respect, Raymond started. I'm not finished. The room went silent. You've spent years diminishing a brilliant, kind, talented woman because she wasn't your favorite. You enabled her sister to steal her boyfriend. You then had the audacity to shame her for finding happiness with me. The relationship is inappropriate. Eleanor tried. The relationship is none of your concern. What is your concern is how you've treated your daughter. Cheryl is one of the most remarkable women I've ever met, and you've made her feel worthless her entire life. That's not true, isn't it? When was the last time you celebrated her achievements, supported her dreams, chose her over Tammy? Silence. That's what I thought. Ji-hoon turned to Tammy. You stole your sister's boyfriend. Then you played victim when she found happiness. That's not sisterhood. That's cruelty. I didn't mean... Yes, you did. Own it. He turned to Yi-jun. And you, my son, my biggest disappointment. You had a good woman. You threw her away for someone shinier. Then you had the arrogance to tell her I'm using her. Dad, I'm not using her. I'm in love with her. Something you never were. Something you're incapable of, because I raised you to take, not to value. The room was dead silent. Here's what's going to happen, Ji-hoon continued. You will leave Cheryl alone. You will not contact her. You will not shame her. You will not spread rumors. If you do, if I hear even a whisper of disrespect toward her, I will make your lives very difficult. Am I understood? Are you threatening us? Eleanor asked, voice shaking. I'm making a promise. Cheryl is under my protection now, and I protect what I love. He walked to the door, paused. One more thing. If you ever decide to be a real family to her, if you ever realize what you've lost, she might forgive you. But you'll have to earn it. And given what I've seen today, I doubt you're capable. He left them sitting in stunned silence. When Ji-hoon returned to Cheryl's apartment, she was pacing. How did it go? I terrified them, appropriately. Ji-hoon, they needed to hear it from someone they couldn't dismiss or gaslight. They needed to know you're not alone anymore. Cheryl collapsed into his arms, sobbing with relief and gratitude and exhaustion. Thank you. No one's ever done that for me. I'll always do it, as long as you'll let me. Forever then. Forever. 3 months after Ji-hoon's visit, Cheryl's life had transformed. Her art was exhibited in Seoul's top galleries. The Choi Foundation commissioned 3 more major projects. She'd moved into a beautiful apartment Ji-hoon helped her secure, not with his money, which she'd refused, but with his connections and belief in her ability to afford it herself. She still didn't speak to her family. Some wounds needed space to scar. But she had Keisha. She had her work, and she had Ji-hoon. She had enough. Then one evening, scrolling through Instagram, she saw it. A post from Tammy. No caption. Just a photo of her crying. The comments were brutal. Where's Yi-jun? Trouble in paradise? She looks devastated. Cheryl called Keisha. Did you see Tammy's post? Girl, yes. Apparently Yi-jun ghosted her. Like, completely. Stopped answering calls, moved out while she was at work, blocked her on everything. What? Why? Word is, he's been cheating. Like, massively. With multiple women. And when Tammy confronted him, he just left. No explanation. Just gone. Karma. Cheryl felt no satisfaction, just emptiness. Because even after everything, Tammy was still her sister. Should I reach out? Cheryl asked. That's above my pay grade, babe. But whatever you decide, make sure it's for you, not for her. Tammy texted 2 weeks later. Can we talk, please? Cheryl stared at the message for an hour before responding. Fine. Coffee. Thursday, 2 p.m. The place near my old apartment. Tammy looked terrible. Puffy eyes, no makeup, exhausted. Thank you for coming, she said quietly. I'm here. Talk. I'm sorry for everything. For stealing Yi-jun. For the Instagram post. For the family meeting. For all of it. Why now? Because I get it now. How it feels to be thrown away by someone you love. How it feels when no one believes you. How it feels to be alone. So you're sorry because you're experiencing consequences, not because you were wrong. I was wrong. I know that now. You knew it then, too. You just didn't care. Tammy's eyes filled with tears. You're right. I didn't care. Because I'd never lost before. Everything always worked out for me. I thought taking Yi-jun would work out too. And when it didn't, he destroyed me, the way I destroyed you. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Cheryl looked at her sister, this person she'd known her entire life, who'd hurt her so deeply. I forgive you. Tammy's head snapped up. What? I forgive you. Because holding on to anger is exhausting. Because you're my sister. Because we both deserved better than Yi-jun. Does this mean it means I forgive you? It doesn't mean I trust you. It doesn't mean we go back to how things were. Trust is earned, and you have a lot of work to do. I'll do the work, I promise. We'll see. They sat in careful silence, two sisters who'd destroyed each other, trying to figure out if rebuilding was even possible. 6 months after leaving her family, Cheryl achieved her dream, a solo exhibition, her own name on the gallery walls. Identity, transformation, and creation showcased everything she'd built from the ashes of betrayal. Digital installations exploring family trauma, self-worth, rebirth. It was raw, honest, brilliant. The opening night was packed. Critics, collectors, fellow artists. Keisha cried. Director Han bought 3 pieces, and Ji-hoon stood in the center, watching her with such pride she could barely breathe. This is extraordinary, he whispered when she joined him. It's everything I've survived. No, it's everything you've become. Her family came. She saw them enter, her parents, even Tammy, looking small, uncomfortable, out of place. Cheryl wasn't sure how she felt about it. Her mother approached carefully. "Cheryl, this is beautiful. Thank you. I'm sorry. We're all sorry for how we treated you, for not seeing how special you are." "Mom," let me finish. "You were right. We did favor Tammy. We did dismiss you. And we lost you because of it." Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. "Can you ever forgive us?" Cheryl thought about it, really thought about it. "I can forgive you, but things can't go back to how they were. I understand. If you want a relationship with me, you have to earn it. Show up, support me, see me, not as the responsible sister or the one who isn't Tammy, just as Cheryl. We will, I promise. Then we'll try." They hugged, awkward, careful, fragile. But it was a start. Later, after the gallery closed, Ji-hoon and Cheryl sat on the floor, surrounded by her art. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Exhausted, relieved, hopeful. You've come so far. We've come so far. I didn't do this. You did. You made me believe I could." "No, I just reminded you what was already there." Cheryl leaned against him. "I love you, even though this started in the weirdest way possible, even though people still talk, even though nothing. I love you, not despite the chaos, because of what we built from it." What did we build? Something real, something honest, something worth everything it cost. Was it worth it? Every single moment. They sat in comfortable silence, two people who'd found each other in the wreckage and built something beautiful. Final question. When everything destroys, what gets built from the ruins? Watch how this ends, because the answer is more powerful than revenge. 1 year after the betrayal, Cheryl's life was unrecognizable. Her art was internationally recognized. She'd been commissioned for installations in New York, London, Tokyo. The girl who'd felt invisible was now impossible to ignore. She'd reconciled with her family, carefully, with boundaries, but genuinely. Her mother was trying. Her father was present. Even Tammy was slowly becoming a sister again instead of a rival. And Ji-hoon was her home. They'd moved in together, a beautiful apartment with studio space for her work. He cooked her breakfast. She made him laugh. They argued about art and politics and whether mint chocolate chip ice cream was acceptable. She said yes. He said absolutely not. It was normal, domestic, perfect. Yi-jun reached out once. A text. "I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better." Cheryl showed Ji-hoon, who shrugged. "He's learning. Slowly." "Are you okay with this? Me being with your father?" "I've moved on. I'm in therapy, working on myself. And honestly, you two make sense. He's a better man than I ever was." It wasn't closure, but it was something. At Cheryl's second solo exhibition, even bigger than the first, she stood before the crowd and gave a speech. "A year ago, my life fell apart. My sister stole my boyfriend. My family chose her over me. I felt worthless, disposable, forgotten." The room was silent. But in that destruction, I found something I didn't know I was missing. Myself. I'd spent my whole life trying to earn love from people who'd already decided I wasn't enough. And when they finally gave me permission to leave, when they pushed me out, I realized I didn't need their permission at all. This exhibition is called Self-Made, because that's what I am. I wasn't saved by a man, though I fell in love with an incredible one. She smiled at Ji-hoon in the front row. I wasn't redeemed by revenge, though karma did its job beautifully. Laughter rippled through the crowd. I was rebuilt by meat, by my work, by my refusal to shrink, by my decision that being underestimated was no longer acceptable. So this exhibition is for every person who's been told they're not enough, for every woman who's been betrayed by family, for everyone who's had to create themselves from nothing. You are enough. You always were. And anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve access to your light. The applause was thunderous. That night, in their apartment, Ji-hoon poured champagne. To you, he toasted, the most extraordinary woman I've ever known. To us, Cheryl corrected, for building something impossible. Was it impossible, or did everyone else just lack imagination? Definitely the second one. They laughed, clinked glasses, settled onto the couch. Do you ever regret how we started? Cheryl asked. Not once, do you? No, because if Tammy hadn't stolen Yi-jun, I never would have met you. I'd still be settling for someone who didn't see me. Fate or coincidence? Does it matter? Not even slightly. They kissed, and Cheryl felt complete. Not because Ji-hoon completed her, she'd learned she was already whole, but because he saw that wholeness, celebrated it, protected it, loved it, without trying to change it. 3 years later, Cheryl stood in her gallery, her own gallery, the one she'd opened with her earnings, her name on the door, preparing for yet another exhibition. Her phone buzzed. Tammy. Mom wants to know if you're coming to Sunday dinner. She's making your favorite. I'll be there. Can I bring Ji-hoon? Obviously, he's family now. Family. The word meant something different now. Not perfect, not without scars, but real. Ji-hoon entered the gallery, carrying coffee. Ready for tomorrow? Terrified and excited. That's the sweet spot. Did you ever think we'd end up here? Here specifically? No. Happy? Absolutely. Because happiness is what you build, not what you find. I built this. You did. And it's magnificent. Cheryl looked around her gallery, at the art, the life, the future she'd created from the ruins of betrayal. Her sister had stolen her boyfriend. Her family had chosen wrong. Everything had been destroyed. And from that destruction, Cheryl Bonnell had built an empire. Not of revenge, not of bitterness, of art, of love, of unshakable self-worth. Because sometimes the best revenge is becoming so luminously, undeniably whole that no one can ever make you feel worthless again. So that's how family betrayal became the catalyst for the greatest transformation of Cheryl Bonnell's life. Her sister stole her boyfriend, her family celebrated. But in losing them, Cheryl found herself and the man who would love her exactly as she was. This story proves that sometimes betrayal is a gift in disguise, that the people who hurt you most teach you who deserves your love, that building yourself is more powerful than tearing others down. What would you do if your sister stole your boyfriend? Forgive? Get revenge? Walk away? Let me know in the comments. And if you loved this story about sisterhood, betrayal, forbidden love, and rising from the ashes, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because I have more incredible stories of resilience and rebirth coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't need anyone's permission to become extraordinary. You already are.